Just know that if you're looking for that girl, that foundation that's going to get you snatched and covered, and you won't be able to see any of your imperfections without color correcting, this not her. So I'm so excited to have got my hands on the brand new Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. If you're interested in seeing me do a wear test, share my first impressions, then keep watching. Welcome and welcome back. I'm Mercedes. If you're new here, I make beauty, home, and lifestyle content on this channel. If that's the type of content you like on YouTube, you should subscribe so you don't miss my weekly uploads. And if you like this video, hit the like button and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the new Patrick Ta foundation. Okay, so I got my hands on the brand new Patrick Ta, what is it called? Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. That is a literal mouthful. So before we go in with the foundation, let me tell you a little bit about it. So it's said to enhance your natural radiance with this luminous medium coverage foundation. It's lightweight, hydrating, and infused with 3 types of hyaluronic acid plus squalene as well as fermented kombucha. Blends seamlessly and blurs imperfections for a glowy skin-like finish. I have no idea why the box was so beat up, so I picked up mine in the number 18. So it's 18 golden neutral, and I can already tell you that this is probably more of my winter foundation shade than summer, but I had a hard time selecting my color online. We're going to go in with some of the Vanish Airbrush Primer from the brand Hourglass. If you have watched my videos before, you know that I'm a huge fan of Hourglass. We're gonna go ahead and apply that to my face. This is my first time wearing a foundation from the Patrick Ta line. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up and just start applying it with my Sephora 70 Pro foundation brushes. And if you are not new to my channel, then you know I go on and on about the Sephora Pro foundation brushes. So here, I'm gonna apply it to the back of my hand, just a couple pumps, and then apply it to the skin. And start blending it in. So you can tell right away it's watery, but not too watery. Like, it's not dripping down my skin. Oh, you know what I did not do? I did not apply my color corrector. Some people would prefer to see foundation first impressions and applications with no color corrector, but I always wear color corrector, but I guess I won't be wearing a color corrector today. So anyhow, I'm gonna grab the rest from the back of my hand and just start applying it. And right away, I can tell from a color perspective that this color is too light for me this time of year, but we're gonna make it work with the rest of my products, or I'm gonna try anyway. Yeah, so it's definitely light to medium coverage. So I feel like it's coming through on camera a little lighter than it actually is, but it definitely is on the lighter side. It definitely matches some of my winter shades, but it's the dead of summer and I've been outside. And so this is definitely too light for this time of the year, but I'm gonna try to focus more on the finish and then grab it in the next darker color, but it still has to be a neutral. I'm gonna maybe add a little bit more because I find it to be a little too light. It has a very dewy finish, and it's interesting that it says medium coverage. I guess if you build it up, but it's definitely on the light to medium coverage side, and it's very, very hydrating. It said it had 3 types of hyaluronic acid in it, it. Squalene, which is very hydrating, and fermented kombucha. You can feel that hydration coming through in this product. So if you have drier skin, this is probably a good foundation for you. So they have 30 shades in the range, so a fairly decent shade range. There are definitely some deeper shades in the range, which is really, really nice. And there are definitely more fair, lighter shades in the range as well. I won't blame the brand that the color match for me, at least this time of the year, is slightly off. I do think that I'm going to be able to go in with the other products and try to, you know, round it out a little bit more. It also would have helped if I applied my color corrector, because that would have warmed it up around my face. It probably looks more ghostly on camera than it actually looks in person. It definitely looks greasy. It looks oily. Do you see the way it looks on the skin? I'll just turn so that you can see. But let me go ahead, go in and apply the rest of my products, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have literally been fighting for my life. At this point, it might as well be a 28-hour wear test. But here we are. I've persevered, and this is what the makeup looks like now that I've applied the rest of my products. Couple thoughts right out the gate is it's definitely on the medium, sheer to medium coverage side. I said that I'm probably rocking with my winter shade and not quite my summer shade just yet. I would probably err on the side of getting something a little darker so it's a little easier to work with, but we got what we got. I ordered the 18, and that is the color that we're wearing. It works, especially when I've gone in and added my bronzer and my contour products. It works just fine. I do like the center part of my face to be bright, so it works. Overall, before I even do the wear test, I do like the way it looks. It doesn't look really cakey. It says that it's a lightweight foundation, so it's supposed to enhance your skin. The one thing for me, I typically would go in with a color corrector, which I did not do. I definitely would need something more to cover up my imperfections, because this is more on the sheer to medium coverage side. And so I need something a little heavier, a little more full coverage to live up to the claim that it covers up your imperfections. But if you want that look, which I'm okay with sometimes, especially like the look today. So I'm okay with still being able to see my imperfections while having some coverage. Like, just know that if you're looking for that girl, that foundation that's going to get you snatched and covered, then you won't be able to see any of your imperfections without color correcting. This not her. However, if you're looking for something that is more on the sheer to medium coverage side, then this product would be a good match for you. Overall, I like the foundation, but you know we have to roll into the 10-hour wear test. So without further ado, let's see how this foundation wore. Okay, we're back for the official wear test check-in of the new Patrick Ta foundation. What's the Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfection foundation. Again, a mouthful. I had this foundation on for like 11.5 hours. I hope you can hear me, by the way. My mic is like way over there, and I did not do my wireless mic setup. I'm still trying to figure out this new setup. I digress. So the things I look for in terms of longevity and just reasonable wear for a foundation is sort of overall foundation separation around my face, specifically break down a foundation around my smile lines, because I just have deep set smile lines, and as I get older they just become more and more pronounced. Yeah, we'll deal with that at some point. And then I just look for like how well it holds up in my T-zone, because I have combination skin and I'm usually okay in other areas, but in my T-zone, you know, it's usually another story. So doing this check-in at almost 12 hours with this foundation, which does not have a long wear claim. I just want to do double check. It has many claims, but it does not purport to be a foundation that you can wear long term. So with that being said, it says that it's hydrating. I can tell that it's hydrating. My skin looks very hydrated. It does not feel heavy on the skin, even at this hour, and it does not appear to have broken down a ton. Where I have breakdown and separation, just like creasing, I guess, is in my smile lines. Like exactly what I would expect, because again, I have deep set smile lines. For me, I didn't this time. I think I said earlier in the video, I didn't even apply my color corrector around my mouth, because I have hyperpigmentation there and just darker spots, so I typically like to color correct. And because I color correct underneath my complexion product, I usually go in with extra primer, like a special primer. I use a matte primer around that area, and I didn't do that today. So I didn't do any extra special priming and prep. I didn't even add products that are supposed to help mattify the face outside of the only primer that I used earlier was the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. And so for me, the amount of separation that I have in my smile lines is pretty good, all things considered. So I will say that is a plus in my book. And again, I see some oil, like I definitely am oilier on my forehead. So you can see the forehead is shining, 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 shining now. So yeah, it's definitely shining. My nose is definitely shining again. Throughout the day, I have gone in with my brush and just patted it. So if there was any leftover powder, which most certainly would be, it got deposited a long time ago. So for the most part, my nose looks oily, my forehead looks oily, all things that I would expect. So overall, I would say the wear of this foundation was pretty good in my book. I also found it, let me see, did it oxidize? That's another thing. I don't know that it oxidized. I feel like it does blend, like the color looks good now. Earlier in the video, I kept saying, I don't know when I was applying it. This is more my winter color. I'm not sure if this is a good color for me in the summer, but I will say, to me, it does not look that crazy. Like I'm looking at my hand, my face, I'm looking at my neck. Like to me, again, obviously I've gone in and I've put other complexion products on in addition to this, but I think this color is works good for me as well. I might pick up a darker color just to see if I like it, but I'm definitely going to keep this color because at any rate, this will work for me in the winter. Okay, so overall, I like this foundation. I'm glad I picked it up. I think it will be good, especially during those times when my skin is on the drier side. But even outside of that, if you have oilier skin, you might just want to properly prime your skin and block throughout the day. And don't wear for that long. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, so we've officially made it to the end of the video. I am so excited for those of you who are still here rocking with me. Go ahead, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Are you planning on picking up this new foundation, or do you feel like they're trying to kill our pockets with all of these new releases? And if you are not already subscribed, get subscribed so you don't miss my weekly. Why not? No. Get subscribed so you don't miss my uploads, because your girl been real inconsistent. Although I'm trying to pull it together. Until next time.